Welcome to Geek News Sweden, December 2024, the only place that tells you everything that's happening in Geek Sweden. Well, that's actually a bit of a lie. I'm just telling a tiny portion of it, but I'm doing my best at least. Okay, let's get going. What's happened so far in the last month? Well, first of all, there was DreamHack 2024, and now it took place in Stockholm, or rather, I should say DreamHack Winter, because there's two of them, one in summer, one in winter, and of course a bunch all over the world as well. Austin, I hear? Anyway, DreamHack was really fun. I had a lot of fun there. I met a lot of people and I saw so many gaming and cosplay related things, and other content creators as well. I took part in a game show with some other streamers. Actually, I shouldn't say other streamers, with some streamers. And that was amazing. But, well, the crowd was not exactly a crowd. There were like a couple of people watching, a handful of people. But fair enough, it was just at the beginning of the show on the Saturday. Yeah. DreamHack was a lot of fun, as I mentioned, but there was a lot of focus on gaming. I'm more into like anime, cosplay, stuff like that. So gaming, of course, I'm a gamer too. I mentioned this in my video from DreamHack, but I'm more into gacha games and strategy games and stuff like that. And shooters, no shooters for me. But still, there were awesome cosplays there, but it was a bit overshadowed by all the gaming stuff. There was a cosplay competition, but not exactly a lot of promotion for it on the website, so to speak. You had to hunt for the information about the cosplay. But on the other hand, DreamHack really took good care of content creators, cosplayers, and everyone attending. So, I mean, it's a bit of a mixed bag. It's still not really focusing on all types of geeky aspects, but when they focus on it, they do a really good job, and they really care for people who attend and who participate. I can barely speak today. So I have high hopes that DreamHack is evolving into something that encompasses all types of geeky activities, even though there's this whole elephant in the room about, well, DreamHack being bought by Saudi Arabia. But yeah, I talked more about that in another video, so I'm not gonna go on and on about that one. Instead, let's talk about the Nerds Christmas market, Nördarnas julmarknad, that took place. And I was going to make a video from that one, but I didn't. I just went there totally as a private person doing some Christmas shopping, or rather some geek shopping, I should say. Oh, let me show you. I bought a Friden statue. Aww. That's adorable. I actually looked this one up online before, and then I figured that, well, it's a decent price at the fair, so let's buy her. And I also bought another thing. Aura. Yeah, also from Friren, in case you didn't know. This one is still unpacked because it's a presento. Presento-chan. But yeah, it would be... Oh. Sorry, just noticed that it's a bit unstable. But yeah, Presento-chan, it would have been nice to have Aura and Friren next to each other, but nah. I'm not going to go for whole cinematic looks like that. Anywho, Nördarnas julmarknad, the Nerds Christmas market, it was amazing. 2 days, lots of sellers. I did talk to a couple of sellers and merchants there, and some had some questions about whether or not the market has been expanding too rapidly, because there were some organizational issues that they thought might improve. But I have to say that I think all the visitors had a lot of fun because there was so much to do and see, and so big. So these are probably just expansion issues that happens when anything is growing. There are some things to be optimized. So not a negative thing in my view. It was still completely amazing to see everything and buy everything. No, I didn't buy all that much. Anywho, more things that happened was the Anime Fika that took place December 7, yes. On December 7, there was an Anime Fika that was done by the Stockholm Anime Society. Completely amazing event as well. Sorry, I'm keep overusing that word, but everything is amazing. Everything is awesome. So it's a meetup. It was like 75 people. Really good event arranged by Misa in particular, but also a lot of volunteers. They do an amazing job on, again, I keep using that word, sorry. A really good job on arranging it all. It was a bit chaotic in the beginning, but the activities were great. Nothing worked out exactly as planned, but it's the thought that counts, and primarily that everyone had fun that counts. I'm not going to talk more because I don't have any pictures from that one. Instead, let's talk about gaming that's happened now in November, December. So, as you might know, I'm a bit of a gacha fan. I play Genshin Impact, Zelda Zone Zero, I play Wuthering Waves, and I do a little bit of Tower of Fantasy still for some reason, don't ask me why. And now I have one more to add to the list, because Infinity Nikki has been released. And yeah, I never played the beta, but I did hear a little bit from it, so I knew I was gonna like this one. And of course I do. There's tons of stuff to collect. You can ride a whimsical bicycle, basically, around the world. You can float around, you can collect stuff, you can do puzzles, and you can interact with weird and wonderful creatures, and of course you can collect outfits. Yeah, that might not sound exactly like Genshin Impact, because this is supposedly a girl game, but screw that. This is an amazing game. And I really like that all the reviews online are agreeing with that. It's like, yeah, it might be targeted at girls, but it's an amazing game. It doesn't matter. So even the hardcore gacha gamers are saying that, this is surprisingly good. So go play it. Infinity Nikki, you will like it. I have a feeling you won't be disappointed. Now it's December, so it's the end of the year, and I'm not just going to talk about what's happening in the next month. I'm also going to talk about what's happening in 2025 in general. Oh, and wait a second, it's Christmas, so I need to fetch something. Well, it's not actually Christmas, but it's close enough. Whoop, 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 whoop. This is my little Santa hat that I call I'm not compensating for anything. Let me put it on. Yeah, nice and cozy. Actually, I might take it off because it's really, really warm. Anywho, so 2025, what's going to happen? What's going to happen in 2025? There's a lot of big events. Let's start with those ones. So first of all, there's NärCon. It's going to happen in both February and July, and possibly October as well. I think it was October when NärCon Expo took place in 2024. So, of course, those are huge, and I love them. Those are my top events that's happening in Sweden. I was a bit skeptical about the winter one before I went there, because it's so much smaller than NärCon Summer, but it's really fun. It's really such a great feeling to be there. Watch my videos if you want to see what's happening at NärCon. I mean, my previous videos. Not the upcoming one, because I haven't done them yet. Anyway, let's move on. So there's also going to be a SciFi World. This is basically a geek market with a sci-fi theme, of course. It's happening in Malmö in April. It might be in Stockholm as well as Gothenburg, but I don't know the dates yet. They haven't announced them. So 2025, look out for SciFi World. It's awesome. I think I've made one video from the one in Malmö. Who knows? Maybe I'll go there. No, I probably won't. I might be away in April. Anywho, I love it. If I can, I'm gonna go there. There's also going to be Moderskeppet in both May and October. You can see a theme here. Everything is expanding to twice per year instead of just once. So Moderskeppet, a geek party boat for yeah, just about everyone. Maybe not as much anime and cosplay, but at least it's a lot of gaming and, well, chiptunes and partying and stuff like that. So I love it. Retro gaming as well as modern gaming, both types of gaming. And then, of course, I need to mention Comic-Con. That's going to be Comic-Con Stockholm. That's happening in May and November. So twice per year as well these days. They did an attempt 2 years ago to make Made in Asia a separate thing. But then last year, or this year, they called it Comic-Con Stockholm and Made in Asia instead. But now I think they're skipping the Made in Asia name completely and just going for Comic-Con Stockholm twice per year. Twice as much fun, no. The May one is a little bit smaller, but November is completely amazing. Actually, May is also amazing. Who am I kidding? I love all of this. And then I should mention DreamHack as well. There's going to be one in June and November. So DreamHack Summer, DreamHack Winter. And there might also be another LAN coming up in Jönköping where DreamHack used to be. So I'm going to look into that one and see what's happening. If there's going to be an event, how big it's going to be, if it might be worth visiting. Even though I'm not much of a LAN person myself, since I don't want to sit for hours and play League of Legends or Dota, or whatever the kids play these days. Anywho, let's move on. There's going to be even more events aside from the big ones. There's going to be a retro games market in Uppsala. There's going to be a games and geek market, actually a lot of them at various places. Stockholm, Uppsala, I think Gothenburg, and a couple of other places too. So it's turning into a big thing. Markets are fun, so one of these days I need to attend one of them. I'm suffocating from the warmth here. And then, of course, there's going to be Nördarnas julmarknad. Speaking of markets, don't forget about that one. That's going to be in, well, November, December 2025. So it's quite a bit off. There's also going to be some other smaller things happening, like PopyCon in Helsingborg, ArchipelaCon in Åland. It's not Sweden, but it's close. GothCon in Gothenburg and LinCon in Linköping. Some of these are more focused on role-playing games and board games rather than anime, cosplay, gaming, stuff like that. But hey, I'm into that as well. All kinds of geekdom is good. And then I should mention Retromania in Västerås and Örebro. Twice per year, that one as well. Let's see, is there anything else happening? Yes, I need to mention Stockholm, of course. Syntax Error, as always, once per month, an amazing geek nightclub. Don't miss it. Seriously, that's one of the most fun things that's happening in Stockholm. And it's always a blast, a complete blast. But there's also a lot of other stuff happening in Stockholm. There's a lot of meetups and afterworks, like the Animation Bar. LinCon Bar. There's a game dev meetups, and of course the Anime Fika that I mentioned. All of these are happening pretty regularly, once per month or so. So it's well worth attending and checking them out. And of course, I need to mention Måndagsklubben at the medieval pub Sjätte Tunnan every Monday. There's a lot of stuff happening, but there's even more. 2012. Sorry, I can't pronounce things. It's too early in the day. Morning, I almost said, but I can't call this morning. There's going to be so much in 2025. There's going to be Medeltidsveckan, the medieval week on Gotland. A lot of geeks are attending that one as well. There's going to be the Subkult Festival for, well, subculture stuff. It's a punk, emo, goth stuff, but also chiptunes, and some geeks are attending that one. Retrospelsmässan, the retro game festival exhibition in Gothenburg. I missed this one this year, but I hope I'm going to attend in 2025. I really hope I'm going to attend all of this, but it's probably going to be impossible. I hope so, at least, that I will attend at least 90% of these events. because I have no life and I'm a bloody nerd. But anyway, that's something that's happening in 2025. So look forward to all of this. And speaking of 2025 and January in particular, I'm actually noticing that I have a really boring spot here, right? It's I have a couple of anime figures, that's it. Hey, One Punch Man, Kazuma. So I used to have more stuff here. I used to have a couple of metal posters and have some LED lights somewhere, but everything's packed down because I'm moving. Oh, this is starting to look even more horrible than it did before. Anywho, here it is. I'm actually moving in January, so that means that I'm gonna have a new geek room as of the end of January. After I've moved, I want to make a proper geek den. Do you have any recommendations for what I could decorate it with? Any particular cool LED thingies or figures or posters or something that's cool, or types of stuff I could put up? Please let me know, because I'm horrible at decorating. Obviously. So if you have any LED designs or really cool stuff, please let me know, because I want to make it into a proper geek den. I have this big closet that I'm gonna remake into my geek den in the new apartment. Anywho, I think that's about it. So that's gonna be the geek news from Sweden in December 2024. I guess I should say Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas, depending on where you live, and a Happy New Year. I should have had a glass of champagne here, but I don't. So you'll have to live without seeing me drunk. It's too early anyway. So have a great 2025. I hope you had a great 2024. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, remember to stay geeky out there.